Have you ever wondered if time travel is possible? The short answer to this question is yes. Imagine the ability to travel back to the past or leap into the future. While time travel may seem like mere science fiction, it actually has a basis in scientific theory. According to Hawking, we now know that with current knowledge, humans are not capable of time travel. Even if humans have achieved the ability to time travel in the distant future, they should have come from the future to the past and we would have interacted with them. For this reason, from Hawking's point of view, time travel is not possible even in the future. In the meantime, some theories of scientists about time travel are compatible with science. For example, we can refer to Albert Einstein's theory of special relativity. To prove this theory of Einstein, we can refer to Scott Kelly, an astronaut. During the 1 year he was on the space mission, this astronaut had aged very little less than his brother. There are other theories about time travel. Among all these theories, wormholes, black holes, and string theory are more popular in scientific communities. It is interesting to know that the theory of special relativity was proposed by Einstein in 1905. No human has ever traveled at the speed of light. However, the astronauts in the space station have circled the Earth at a speed equal to 28,160 km. One of these astronauts is Scott Kelly, whose name we mentioned. Scott has a twin brother named Mark. He was born after his brother. Scott orbited the Earth for 520 days. His brother Mark was in space for only 54 days. The slower aging of astronauts in close Earth orbit may not seem like a big deal, but the time dilation between humans on Earth and J satellites does. Aces that move in space show a visible difference. As you know, many satellites move in orbit above the Earth. J communicates with a network of these satellites to detect the location of users on the ground. The satellites we are talking about are located at a distance of 20,100 kilometers from the Earth and revolve around Earth at a speed equal to 14,000 kilometers. According to the theory of special relativity, if two objects move at a very high microsecond, time travel may not be as significant as the very small time difference the Scott brothers experienced in space. However, due to the high accuracy of G technology, today, this difference cannot be easily ignored. Do wormholes take people back in time? ESA has some interesting claims about time travel. The scientists of this space institute believe that general relativity provides options for traveling to the past. However, the methods of space travel proposed by NASA are not yet applicable in the real world. Wormholes are theoretically space-time tunnels that connect different moments or geographical locations in the real world. For this reason, wormholes play an important role in science fiction stories about time travel. However, despite the impressive influence of science fiction stories on the theory of wormholes, no wormholes have been identified in the real world. Stephen Chu, a professor of theoretical physics at the University of Oregon, told Space in an interview that no one thinks humans will find a wormhole anytime soon. Initial wormholes are predicted to be very small. The story is not that simple. Wormholes are predicted to have very unstable conditions and disappear in the blink of an eye before anyone can go through it to travel through time. To stabilize the wormhole, a special substance must be used. According to scientists, it is not known that such matter exists in the universe. It seems very difficult to put Einstein's theories about time travel into practice. However, some scientists have proposed other theories for traveling to the future and the past. All these theories have one main problem. The human body cannot withstand a pulling force of gravity that is proposed in these theories. If you are watching my channel for the first time, I would be happy if you subscribe to my channel so you don't miss the next videos. According to the hypotheses, in order to travel to the future or the past, we must have one of these three states in relation to the current rate of time passing. 1. Travel faster than the current rate of time passing. By doing this, we can travel into the future while still being at our current age. 2. To move faster than the current rate of passage of time. In this case, we can do more things than other people in a certain period of time. 3. To move so slowly that time becomes negative for us. By doing this, we travel to the past and maybe we can change the current situation by doing things in the past. Time travel in all the three cases mentioned seems completely science fiction, but this does not mean that traces of science cannot be found in them. As far as we know, traveling to the future may be possible with the advancement of technology, but we cannot reverse the direction of the flow of time, and this inability is not due to engineering limitations, but the laws of physics seem to have tied our hands and feet. All the evidence indicates that traveling back in time is forbidden in our world, and every time we try to build a time machine to travel back in time, a law of physics gets in the way and destroys all our plans. So with this account, if we want to travel to the future, it is enough to move with a speed close to the speed of light and after some time to return to the first point, that is, where the passage of time has passed faster. If we continue moving at the speed of light for decades, centuries and maybe billions of years and then return to our original place, we can observe the evolution and destruction of humans, witness the death of the earth and the sun, and experience one of the four scenarios of the end of the universe. As long as our spacecraft has fuel, we can travel as far into the future as we want. Let's find out if we can build a time machine. We must first see if the construction of space-time is possible. That is, we have to find a special arrangement of matter in space-time that allows us to travel back in time. For this, we need to find some kind of closed time curve catch. At no point in this experiment are we allowed to exceed the speed of light. Imagine that you are moving in the same direction, always forward and never faster than the speed of light, but at the end of the journey, you will return to your starting point, or past, as if you had moved not on a straight path, but around a curve. Suppose we have a cylinder in space-time that continues to infinity and we are rotating this cylinder in its longitudinal axis until close to the speed of light. Now, if we ride a spacecraft around this rotating cylinder at the speed of light, we can travel back in time. The inside of a spinning black hole is also a very exciting place. Here, the opposing currents of gravitational and centrifugal forces meet to create a bottleneck at the center of the open black hole and the possibility of a closed time curve. Now that we have made no progress in constructing a closed time curve despite the predictions of general relativity, it seems that time travel is indeed forbidden, but proving this ban is another story. In order to explain why time seems to always move forward in one direction, like an arrow released from a bow, we need the help of other fields in physics. The first thing that comes to our mind is to go to elementary particle physics. Any interactions in particle physics, and almost all physics, are completely, without exception, symmetric in time. That is, all the events that happen to the particle in one direction can also happen in reverse in the other direction, and particles do not discriminate in this case. For example, if you take two subatomic particles and smash them together and then watch a fireworks display afterwards, You will notice that the particles after this collision and being thrown in random directions tend to collide with each other again and make new particles. Perhaps in the future we will be able to find a clue in physics where the arrow of time is well explained and finally find a convincing answer to the question of why time travel is forbidden. But it is the unknowns that make the discussion of time travel so fascinating. You may also ask if going back in time is possible. Why hasn't anyone from the future come to us? The main theory is that at best it is possible to travel to the time when the first time machine was built. Therefore, if we build a time machine this year, we cannot travel to an era earlier than 2021.